Well, this is why it's a good idea to always set for multiple species in the same area. Here's my 2 beaver lodges that I've been trapping all fall. I came back and checked on them yesterday and I stuck out 1 mink box. And lo and behold, here's Mr. Mink. I actually only had a 110 to put in it, and it's the first mink I've ever caught in a 110. I don't generally make it a rule to sit with 110s. So it's a big mink. Looks like a male. Nice suitcase catch. Around the neck and the body. It's a good catch on him. And let's see if he got the bait. Nope, bait's still in there. And I got a beaver leg used for bait. So that's a nice catch today. This is the first trap I checked. So I'm happy with that. Well, this is like Christmas morning for me. Whenever I see a sign or whenever I get a catch or whatever, I'm just looking down right here. I got bait and some snares all through these trees right here. And here's, it looks like a coyote, like a young coyote, is my guess. It's a good track. Came through this morning. We had snow right up until about 7:30, 8 o'clock, so he was through here this morning. Here's a good track, look. You see it? There we go. Came up through this bog here. Came from over this way. And he walked, just tracking him. He walked right up through here. And he avoided my snares. He actually walked around 1 snare. So I'm wondering if he's getting a good scent or what's going on, but he avoided it. But needless to say, he knows the bait is here. He's hungry. He'll be back. So I'm going to freshen up my bait a little bit, put out some more predator lure, and he'll build up some courage eventually and come into the set. So anyhow, well, here's a better look at him. Got a toe drag. Also, by the way that it approached, you can see the nails pretty good there too. By the way that it approached the set, I figure it's a young coyote because it's a highway here. It actually walked around the bait and then walked right around the snare, about 3 feet away from the snare, and then came up on the highway, circled in a loop, and then went back down around the bait again. So it doubled over. So I think it's a young coyote building up some courage. So hopefully in a week or so, or a couple days even, he'll be mine. Look. Fair. It's not too bad for the size. I'd say probably 25, 30 pounds. That's my guess. He jumped the brook here. He's gone over this way. He doubled back and he went in through the woods again and walked back around my set again. So he's building up courage to go in and grab a couple of those dead chickens I got put in there for bait. Hello. It's been a while since I did a video. It's December 29th. Merry Christmas to everyone and Happy New Year. Tomorrow's my daughter's birthday, so we got extra celebration in there. I'm here in Gambo tonight, just when I decided I would check some traps. My brother, who works offshore, is home for the holidays this year, which is his first year in 3 years that he's been home. So, and he's never been trapping before. So he likes the outdoors and everything, but he's never been out with me while I've been trapping. So he decided he'd come out with me for a night and spend a day in the woods with me. So we went out and checked my traps. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is the most catches I've ever had, since I started trapping in one day. I don't have a lot of gear out. I've got about, I'd say about 10 mink boxes, 8 or 10. I got about 20 snares, and I got 1 foothold. So that's not so bad. Not a whole lot. But my brother, he's going to have to come with me from now on because he brings a lot of good luck, apparently. So I'll show you my catches for today. I can't believe it. I'm just blown away. So The last catch I got for this evening was this big coyote right here. He was in the last snare we checked. Big male. He's froze solid there now. I don't know if you can get a good look at him, but he's a big dog. And beautiful coloring. Again, the lighting in here, this is about, right now, this is about 7 o'clock at night, because this is when we do our checks, usually after dark, and we were in around 3 or 4 today and just got home. So here he is. Here's Mr. Big Dog. So that was our last catch of the night. So now I'll show you what else I got. So we went to, we had a double of mink, 2 young males in the same location. The boxes were probably about 20-30 feet from each other. And last time we went there, we was just before Christmas, a few days before Christmas, like the 23rd maybe. I threw a couple chicken hearts that I was putting on rat traps for weasel bait in the boxes, and just to freshen it up, and bang bang, 2 young male mink, and they're nice mink. So I got a coyote, 2 mink, and then I got a big male lynx. He's a brute. This is the 2nd lynx I've ever caught. It's December 29th, so I'm right at the end of the season. We've been having a chess match, me and him, for the last, I'd say, 5 or 6 years. I've been making this little cubby in this area, with real heavily forested area. Every single year I've been seeing lynx tracks. Every single year he never touched the wing I'd have up, hanging down or whatever. This year I used wildcat lure, which I'd never used in the past. Smeared a bit of that on a full chicken. One of my dead chickens, I hung up in the tree, let it dangle on a piece of rebar wire, and put a pie plate up for a bit of reflector. And when I went in today, Mr. Lynx was in the snare. So he's a big, big male. Beautiful lynx. So my plan, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. I think I might get this one stuffed. The last big one I got like this, I sent it in and got $183 for it, and was regretting it ever since, because I'd love to have one stuffed. So this might be the one to do it with. And my last catch, I got a little weasel. Got this one in a rat trap, actually right next to where I got the lynx. Nowhere from where I got the lynx. So that's a pretty good catch tonight. 2 nice male mink. They'll probably stretch out medium or large. A smaller weasel, small medium maybe. A big tom lynx, and a real nice colored male coyote. So like I said, my brother's got to come with me for more often, because this is by far the best catches I've ever had in one night. Like I said, I'm not a big time trapper and don't have a whole lot of gear out, but it's great. So that brings the mink total. Someone gave me a mink a couple days ago. Someone had caught one in their hen house with a 110, and they gave it to me. So that brings my mink total up to 9 or 10 for the year. So that's 9 or 10. 1 lynx, 1 coyote, 1 weasel, and 14 beaver. So that's so far it's got the makings to be a decent season, considering I'm not putting a whole lot of effort into it. Anyhow, I'm sorry I never had the camera with me for the catches tonight. It was the last going off. It was pitch black. Actually, we caught the minks in the daylight, and everything else was in the dark. So the last going off, it was pitch black, and I was using my phone for an extra flashlight, so it was no good to be, you wouldn't have saw anything anyhow. So yeah, so I'll get those skinned out and board it, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the lynx yet. I'll make up my mind either tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to go get my girls now, if they're not in bed yet, and get them to come out and have a look.